have some problems here. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Okay, so hey, come here, Mr. Waffles. Mr. Waffles is extremely camera shy. Okay, so what a few of you have asked me to do is to tell you about the system. What is this all about? What are we all talking about? Well, that's a lot more than just a brief topic. Okay, so I'll just tell you how it started for me. Um, I uh, I got an email from someone I used to know, saying, "Hey, look, I have the same clouds across the country than you do over there." And we started talking and realizing. Then I started looking around, and these clouds were matching up all over the world. Well, then I kept seeing a big, cloudy, poofy form that looked just like a dragon, just like a dragon. Um, then on the 8th, 2019, February 8th, I saw what is the dragon comet solidified in the sky, not in the cloud form, in its actual form in the sky with the entire system behind it. Okay, so what is it? That's been a long journey. Another good friend of mine, someone else I used to know, is who introduced me to Hush Puppy, because Hush Puppy was doing the same thing. He was finding that we're seeing this system that is not so close, or especially then, in our atmosphere somehow, some way, repetitively. So we started working together and matching images, and then all of us started doing that. Hush Puppy is no special from me or you or anyone. We've all been matching these images. We've all been matching them to space. And why don't you please try and watch, and I'll link it, Brian Knight's last video. He is putting it together. We are seeing life in our sky. We are seeing the beginning of a system, the beginning of a planetary system within our own. Either that, or we have a window view to a system being made in space, but not that far away. How are we to know which? I mean, really, how are we to know which? We're getting it on the cams that we're observing from around our sun, so it's not all that far away. Okay, so back to the dragon. So then I started hashtagging this. You might see my GCA. It's Global Cloud Archive. And then I have a dating system. I put the year, and then I put the month. The month number, and then the day number. So then I double that by, I name these things. I don't mean to minimize them by calling them a dragon or an androgyne or a this or a that. It's how I remember things. It's how my brain works. So then I would name things. So between the date and me being good with numbers and me being really good with names, nicknames, I was able to find something really easy. Like, let's say just my dragon. I would hashtag GCA my dragon, and I would get all the dragons. Well, then I could also minimize it down to a date. And we're doing a location as well. So then we have it in a location. So that's how I was able to track the orbit. And that's what I did for a year and a half, is I tracked this thing's orbit, what it did, when it got close to us. So that's how I knew it was orbiting. Okay, so we've got something in our sky that presents itself as a cloud, and then it presents itself as something more solidified. We're getting it on the cams in space, and we're tracking its orbit here on Earth, or at least its effect on us on Earth, or what we can see of its orbit. I personally think it's a low orbit object. I think it is within our orbit. It's circling us, and watch Brian Knight's video. It is creating life. That's what we're seeing. We've seen the baby core be born. I'll talk more about that in just a minute. We've seen it reproduce itself, and now the baby core is reproducing itself. The orbs, producing orbs. We are seeing life in our sky. We're seeing a mini solar system being built via a orbiting comet system. Don't know how it works. Maybe it's a view, like Brian said, into how we were created. And that's why we really need to pay attention and we need to learn from it. We don't need to jump to conclusions and say where it is, when it is, how it is, what it is. We just need to observe it at this point and watch it and just learn from it. Like I'm sitting here watching it right now as I talk to you guys. There's the heart and the system moving up to the sun. Anyway, okay, so then I learned to watch its orbit, to watch it move. I did a lot of choreography as a younger person, so I was able to watch what it did and then know it, remember it, you know, and then reiterate it. So I watched its routine. I watched the different pieces. I watched it break apart. I watched it go together. I watched different pieces go together at different times. That I can't still can't figure out why. But I saw the different parts. There are between 5 and 7 parts. I would imagine there are 7 because that would just make a lot more sense now that I'm getting into the King of the World, the Peacock King, which I will link that video as well. And also, if you ever want to follow along on what I'm studying, if I put it out in the open, which I usually do, go to my playlist Watchers, and that will show you what I'm working on. You can look at any videos, anything that I happen to be doing. Okay, so I saw the different parts. I watched how they worked. I named the different parts. I showed the different parts as they look, because they tumble. So we're seeing something from the back, from the side. Like, look at me. I do not look the same from the front to the back to the side. This does not look like the same thing as this, nor do the parts up there. So I watched it tumble. I saw the parts, the different pieces. I showed you guys. What it is, I don't know. How close it is, I don't know. Is it leaving an energy imprint in our sky and that's what we see? I don't know. I don't know about that because like what my icon used to be, that the day I got the dragon so solidified, there is no way that is not in our orbit. That is not right there. That is just an image or an energy imprint. That is solid. That is there. It's leaving a shadow. These things are leaving shadows. They're there. If something leaves a shadow in our atmosphere, it's there. Okay? No discussion about it. All right? So, all right, so then I started naming the pieces, and then you guys all came in, and you guys started helping me, and we all started working together, and it's just gone that way from there. Ari 555, Ari _555 has a perfect view on this system. He gets it as it goes by. I think it's Michigan, where he lives in Michigan. He knows when it goes by. It goes down by probably 3-4 times a week at a certain time, right after sunset. You'll learn it. You'll know it. Get to know it. Learn it. Watch it. Just like you would anything. Just like you would any living, breathing thing. And no, I don't idolize this thing. I don't love it like a god or anything. I treat it just like I would Mr. Waffles or any other creature of God, any other thing made by God that is fascinating. That's exactly how I treat it, as an observation and as a loving, just loving it for what it is, and watching it. Okay, what else do I need to tell you about the system? I do believe that it is crystal. I believe it's see-through. I think it can go right in front of the sun and we don't even know it because the sun's still shining through. I think that's when it looks like the jelly, like a jellyfish. I think that's a part of its orbit. I believe it's crystal. When it gets close to us, the volcanoes go off, which is the outgassing, and then you can't tell anything. I believe it defies gravity with this outgassing and with the propulsion of spears. That's how it defies gravity. And then I also believe it defies gravity with an esoteric ability that I'm just not going to name because things are overnamed. It's just a spiritual ability that makes it able to levitate, to move, to be here, be there, be up there. It's just an ability, something we all have within us. We just need to get there. And maybe not in this lifetime. Maybe this lifetime is a step up the ladder. But the further you get up that ladder in this lifetime, the better you are. Okay, and that being said about the lifetime, like Led Zeppelin said, you can change the course you're on at any time. Anytime you can change that course you're on. I was headed down a bad path for me. A path that might have been great and fun and would have probably been wonderful, but it would have ended up not being the right thing to do. And it would have ended up probably crushing me. I probably wouldn't have come back from it, um, quite honestly. So I realized I must have always known, but I wouldn't let myself know what that path was leading to. But when I actually got hit with it in the face, when I did the digging, when I actually simply asked, I realized that I was fooling myself. I probably knew the whole time, I just wasn't accepting it. And then when I realized, I changed my course. I realized it was a mistake, because at any point you could stop what you're doing and go a different direction, go a better direction for your own outcome. Was I being coerced? No, nope, nope, nope. We all make choices, choices. Everybody makes choices, to quote Kevin Gates. We all do. And so you can never be coerced or tricked or anything like that. You're doing it to yourself. So what I did to myself. Where I am because of myself, but I'm better for it, because I know I can, correct. I can self-correct. I can stop the direction I'm going, realize it's not the right direction, and go the other one. Yeah, I mean, I lost big time. I'm in the process, but that's just the way it goes. In order for good things to come to me, I have to self-correct and go a better direction, and we all do. We all do. And that's all it takes, is simply stopping, turning around, and going a different direction, or a little zigzag, a little just avoidance, whatever. You guys can stop and change at any moment. Don't ever be afraid to, if the outcome is good for you. And I don't mean any disrespect to anyone at all. I'm just talking about my perspective and, what's going on for me. Okay, and the system helps you with that too. In my relationship with very much like my relationship with Hush Puppy. I realized, I guess it was fall of 2020, when I saw Donnie using William Street's doctored lens flares to look like Tiamat. And I showed him, look, this is the palm tree, cutting it off. It's not what you're saying it is. And he used them anyway. That's when I stopped. Yeah, I had a lot invested. And we were going towards something, that could be good, but you stop. You cut that person out of your life and you start a new direction, a better direction, which is exactly what I did. I did that some time ago. And we all need to do that. Like, no matter how much you have invested, you're gonna have to just cut your losses and go a different direction. And you will be better for it. I can already see better changes for me since I've done so. But yeah, it was a rough road. It's that squeezing part that I was telling you guys about. Okay, so I do believe this is a crystal system. I believe it's a comet cluster. It's orbiting. I don't know what else to tell you guys. The way we found it was repetitive cloud shapes in different parts of the world, and then able to track it with the dating system. And if you guys would like to start tracking your stuff with my global cloud archive, # GCA, the year 2022, today would be 0515, May 15th. And then you can use my names for things. You can make up your own. You can make up your own hashtag. If your name is like Susie Monroe, you could make up hashtag Susie Monroe, SMC, Susie Monroe Clouds, poofy white thing, whatever. Then you know what it is. Triangle shapes, whatever. Then you can just type up that hashtag, especially on Instagram. It's really great. You can just type up that hashtag, and then boom, bada bing, you have all your material in front of you. So I invite you, please do use my hashtag, because there's already info in there, or start your own. If you start your own, I'll join yours. I don't care. I'll hashtag the heck out of my stuff. As long as we're able to work together and coordinate, I'll do whatever. So if you've got a good hashtag going you're already using, let me know. I'll join in. I have no problem at all. I got no problem. And everybody's like, oh, you're doing what I'm doing. Please do what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it so everybody can do it and we can all learn. All right, I think that's it. I think I've rambled my mouth all I can ramble my mouth. I don't even know what else to tell you about the system. Let me try and take some questions. Who has a question? Oh golly, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Peacocks, yeah. Yeah, the king of the world, the peacock king. That's really interesting. Um, it dates back before the Bible. It's really interesting how I said that, and how in winter of 2020, I was associating Lilith with the peacock with the system, because there's eyes everywhere. We're always seeing these eyes, just like a peacock, in the way of a peacock shape is like the Vesica Pisces. It divides in itself and reproduces, just like we're talking about. The shape of the peacock does. So that's, the peacock is very important. I'll link those videos when we're done. Oh, hang on, let me see. Okay, Joyce Box, Popular Science Magazine. We said to worry. Another 50 years, I agree. I don't think we need to worry about anything getting really close to us for another 50 years. But not to say it's not going to mess with our sun, our sun's not going to mess with us, and our grid's not going to go down. So, no, I don't see anything crashing, really. Maybe little bits and pieces, but no. I do agree with the 50 years. I think it's 47, 2047, 36, something like that. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Little Wing. Oh, shoot. I lost you. Flat Earth. Flat Earth possibilities. Well, since the Earth is a toroid, and it's ever changing, and then it's got other dimensions folding into it. All this is going on at once. Yeah, at some point, the Earth is flat. Sure. At some point, yeah, it's flat. At some point. And that maybe was the point you were brought into this Earth. And maybe that's why you see things from that perspective. I don't know. But yeah, sure, it's flat sometimes. All right. Jay Ferris. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. I really do. I try hard. I don't get everything right. I get things wrong a lot. But I admit it, and I try and correct it. Any other questions you guys have? What did I not say about the system that you've wanted to know? Not that I know everything about it. I don't. I'm still learning. But just my perspective. See if there's any other questions in there. What state? Oh, I'm right outside D.C. As a matter of fact, right behind my back, you can see the Pentagon. I am 5 miles from the Pentagon. This is where I grew up. Yep, grew up right here. But I live further south. I don't know what direction, southeast, southwest, something like that. I live further south from here now. I'm taking care of my parents at end of life. This is where I'm from, D.C., born and raised, Washington, D.C., 7 miles outside of it. Yeah, the Peacock King, yeah. I got some really good videos, which is linked to a really good channel for you guys to follow. We need to just go before the Bible and really look at the studies and what was worshipped before then. You know, I do believe we had a different sun before this one. It could have been Saturn. But yeah, I think we had a different sun before this one. I think everything's always changing. Oh gosh, you gotta see that. Where is it? I can't see. I'm blind now. Oh, such a glare, I can't see. That's what I'm trying to show you. No, it's behind the wire. Look at that. Pretty cool. And then I got, hold on. Should be better at this. I've really been trying to get better. That thing. And then this thing behind me here. Yeah, it's active. We just got sun for the first time in a while. Oh gosh, in 2 weeks. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks we went without sun. Hang on. I can't do it. Okay, I'll try and make a video later. Okay, back to questions. Sorry, I'm all glistening. It's really hot today. I was supposed to go out on the boat too, and then the Potomac's all messed up. It's got logs all in it, and then it's supposed to rain, so we canceled it. Now I could have freaking gone out. Kind of mad. Okay, our ancestors, yeah, our ancestors knew everything. We look back, oh, they just put things on cave walls, and we look down on them. They were smarter than us. They knew a whole lot more because it's simple. We have complicated everything so freaking much. If we reduce it to the freaking simple and the basics, we'd be fine. We just don't anymore. Okay, let's see what you got going on. Yeah, thank you, birthday girl. Hey, birthday, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. Is our moon a saddle? Oh, our moon. Shit. Our moon. I don't know. No, I'm gonna say I don't know. Our moon is linked with Michael, the angel Michael, and it protects us. That's all I can say about that. I don't think it's a bad thing, guys. I think it's any kind of soul trapping device. Is our moon a hologram? Is everything? If our moon is, everything is. Let's put it that way. Anything else? Oh, the moon's... Let me tell you about the moon doing cartwheels. People, come on. My grandma used to call the moon, when it was upside down, the milk moon, because it looked like a bowl of milk. It's not new. It's not new. It's not new. My grandma, you know, it would be 100 and some years old by now. When she was young, they used to call it the milk moon. So it's nothing new. It's been doing that. It's a wobble. It's the moon. Of course, the moon is not moving. The moon is not doing cartwheels. The moon is not moving because we're just seeing the light on the moon. So if the moon were moving, it would look a lot different. So it's our perspective of the moon. And every now and then we have a wobble, a little gitchity, a little dick. And when we go through that gitchity, the moon tilts and looks different during that time. So yeah, that's that. It's a gitchity. In scientific terms, it's a gitchity. Okay, what else? Oops, I just lost you. All right, guys. Let me get out of here. I think I've run my mouth enough. I'm sure some would agree to that. Sierra. Stand the rabbit on its head. Yeah, there's something about that rabbit. I meant to look into that. The Chinese folklore with the rabbit and the moon. Something to that is important. But I just, you know, it's one of those things I started looking into. And then I got distracted. My wife, I'm glad your wife just subbed. Hi, Dennis Glass's wife. I'm glad you're here. Hi, That Way. Good to see you. That Way is a great guy, man. He is so supportive to this community, I swear. Someone who can just sit back and watch and have an open mind about whatever anybody has to say. Man, that's a good dude right there. I like That Way. Hi, Dennis wives. Fluff and stuff. That's cute. That's my favorite food is marshmallow fluff. Seriously. My absolute favorite food is marshmallow fluff. See a little boy in baseball. Hey, resistor. All right. I think that's it. I'm going to go get some sky here pretty soon. Look at that. We got some good stuff going on there. There's that little thing with the orbs fly out of there. That part there. All right, one last thing. Let's see what you guys say. All right, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you being so supportive. I wouldn't be doing this without you. I wouldn't. You make it worthwhile, man. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate you.